Okay, what is going on, y'all? Here we go, another live stream today. I'm gonna be first talking, unless someone comes in, of course, and asks me a quick question right off the bat, I'm gonna just go into new home source and just scroll through like Prosper, Texas, Frisco, Texas, and just see what new things are getting posted online for like marketing right now. There are some new neighborhoods popping up here and there, so I just kind of want to go to that website, start there first, unless someone jumps in here and has like a question to add. Actually, well, after we do that, I also had a comment. I had a comment from someone else on the previous live stream. If you're coming to this live stream after it's already been uploaded and I'm not doing the actual live stream anymore because I'll post these later on, if you're coming to check this video out later, please leave a comment if you have certain questions right now while you're watching the videos. That way I can get to them next week because they'll pop up on my comments and then I can answer them at the beginning of each video, so it just allows me to kind of get started into the video and talk about something really. Alright, we got 2 people currently watching. Anyone want to leave a question or comment right now? We're going to jump into, like I said, new home source and just see some of the new stuff getting posted right now. But if anyone has any other questions, and I wanted to pop up this other comment that I had last week on a video. Let me take a screenshot of this. Alright, I got that. Okay. Anyone? Alright, let's just jump into it, because kind of know where I want. Okay, let's just do Prosper, and let's just see new stuff that's popping up on Prosper. Okay. New coming soon. Let's see. Anything? Star Trail, Windsong. I'm just trying to find any other new neighborhoods that are popping up right now. Lakeside Legacy, Liliana. There's probably going to be more in like Salina. Let's see. Lakewood at Brook Hollow. All these are kind of just going into like a new phase. I mean, some of them might be on their closeout. Like Liliana's probably on their closeout. Okay, we got 4 people in. Hey, this is a quick little start. Hopefully some of you guys are getting my notification that I started the live stream. I don't know, some people have been telling me that they haven't been getting it, so what are you gonna do? Those are the Mosaic, Wilson Creek Meadows. I don't see any other new neighborhoods right now popping up for Prosper. This is starting to get into Salina. Okay, let's look up Salina. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Communities. Let's see here. Light Farms, Mustang. Greenway, Wellspring. I'm all familiar with these. Chalk Hill, Wilson Creek. Alright, so North Square at Uptown Salina. This one, I think I talked about this neighborhood 3 or 4 episode. Oh yeah, we're on episode 23, right? Of this, yeah, probably like episode 19 or 20. I talked about this neighborhood. But these are the townhomes that are getting built on the, I guess, the north side of downtown Salina. Salina Hills is another, not super new community, but relatively new. Just trying to make sure there's nothing else that's popping up. Is there a way to filter it? Parks at Wilson Creek. Okay, Hillside Village, here we go. This is kind of a new one, guys. Alright, so Hillside Village, they're actually giving prices right now. So this is the next community. Actually, not the next community I'm going to do a video over, but this is like the next community that's kind of coming in with relatively good builder. Coventry is not like the highest on my list. They're not at the bottom of my list, but if you're looking at like an American Legend or a Highland home, probably would take it over a Coventry home. I do like the Coventry homes that are on like 86-foot lots, but that's not in everyone's price budget. But yeah, some of the Coventry homes are alright in my opinion. Okay, so they're starting these at the All right, hold on, Larry. Let me get a piece of paper because I'm gonna probably have questions coming in. One sec, guys. Getting a piece of papel. All right. I just gotta get some paper because I'll have questions that get retracted. All right, Buffalo Ridge. Buffalo Ridge. I wouldn't pick Buffalo Ridge, but it might be okay for you. Personally, in my opinion, if I was buying a house, I wouldn't buy a grand home over in Buffalo Ridge because it just seems too expensive. But maybe they're dropping the prices over there. I mean, it's located in general good area off Preston, but I just think for a grand home, almost $1 million, I don't really know. All right, Larry, I'll get to currently. See? Okay. They have priced it down. Now that it's below 900, they're getting into an 8 in front of it. That is starting to make more sense to me. All right? That now you're starting to get to the point where I might be considering that. That's interesting, Larry. All right. Thanks for keeping up with the times here and letting me know. I'm not really following Buffalo Ridge a whole bunch because, like, if you guys have watched my videos in the past, you know I'm not the biggest fan of I mean, I take a Coventry home over a grand home. Okay, this is interesting. I just wanted to look over these prices right now because this hillside community is getting built. Let's flip the layers here. Okay, so this hillside community I think is in a great spot. It's getting built kind of on the northwest side of Cross Creek Meadows. It's going to be right, I believe it's going to be right in here. So across the street from like downtown Salina, and then right off Preston, and then down here, these fields here is where like the Costco and all that stuff's getting built along Preston right now. So you're going to be right off that area. I believe it's this one here. Yeah, I believe it's this one. Because then this is Cross Creek Meadows and then Parks at Wilson Creek. So this is like the next one that's getting kind of laid down with streets and roads around there. They might have already started selling. They might be on like a wait list right now, but they are like a bit of ways from like actually building a home over there. Because last time I drove around there, they were still flattening out the land, but sometimes they move pretty quick, especially with a neighborhood that's only going to have like less than 100 homes. This is going to be one of those like boutique communities. So they're starting these at 562 or 652. 652, 3,000 square feet. I wonder what this community is going to offer. Let's see. Community center, clubhouse, playground, pool, trails. That might not be bad. They're saying it's starting at $499, but I don't see a $499 on here. Interesting. Oh, see more. Okay, here we go. I just had to click more. Oh, perfect. Okay, this makes way more sense. I was about to be like, is the cheapest one at 650, 600? I'm like, that is way too expensive. Okay, this is nice. So 545, 2,500 square feet. Probably gonna put another $100,000 into that. After your lot premium, your design center, your elevation. Maybe on a one story, maybe not so much because you might not do as much hardwood floor in the house as a 2-story, but some of my 2-story people are just doing carpet on the second floor and maybe doing the wood staircase, maybe, if your budget has room for that. Some people really like that look, but sometimes people don't spend money on that. Alright, this is like the next one coming. Let's see what other neighborhoods. Alright, so that's kind of the next new one. I don't really know if there's anything else that's... Oh, Harper Estates, here we go, perfect. Okay, so this one's actually popping up with some numbers right now. Again, this is the next community that's going to be 1-acre lots. Now, the developer in here, some people aren't really a fan of this developer. In Citrion American Group, I've heard people kind of complain about them because in other neighborhoods that they built in, a lot of false promises or a lot of delayed things on like amenity centers or community centers. This is just the word on the street, guys. This is the word on the street. So I don't because I don't buy houses in their neighborhood, so I don't really know so I hear it secondhand from some of the other families or some of the other people I've worked with or what they've heard from other friends. So that's what I've heard. All right, so Harper Estates, luxury living embraces nature's grandeur. Salina ISD. Do they actually have a place for this? Ooh. Are they actually giving an address right now for this? This is interesting. No, that's the address to Salina. Dang. They're not really giving you a a spot, but they're starting these. Okay, and here's my point here. Here's my point here. All right, so these are 1 acre lots. Now this is a little bit further south, but for a 1 acre lot, these are 1.4. I'd just rather buy a GFO home at Hillside Crossing or Highland Crossing for $700,000, $800,000. That's just maybe, I'm gonna guess that this is probably priced out in like 1.2, 1.3 because it's a little bit further south than where. Let me see if GFO Homes pops up on here. I think those are too expensive. 1.3. I mean, you get $1 million. Olivia Clark's pretty nice, but I don't know if they're gonna have like the amenity center. That seems like a lot of money. Okay, what other ones are here? Montclair, Frontier Estates. This is back into Prosper. All right, so those are really the only two neighborhoods. It's kind of interesting though that they started popping up prices for Harper Estates because I think that one's still a little bit further out. All right, Larry, let's jump to yours right now. So thoughts on 1516 Rough Rider Court? Okay, here we go. Let's go to this. 1516 Rough Rider Court 75009. Oh, I did a video over this. Larry, did you see the video I did over there? I walked through this house. Did you see that video? I have a video of this home on my channel. Maybe you didn't see it. So the thing with this home, I believe when I was walking through, really wasn't a fan of like how the staircase is just smack dab in the middle of everything. I don't think I was the biggest fan of that because you just walk in and you're like, oh, staircase. Also, don't think I like the kitchen, how that was laid out. It was fine with the cabinets and the base cabinets. Primary bedroom, I think, was enough space. Bathroom was decent size, not the best size. It's really the closets that get me on the grand homes for these secondary bedrooms. And also in here, like this bathroom with the floor, like this, I don't even know what they call this at the bottom of the tub, but like if you're buying, even at 800, even how they have this price right now, $850,000, and you're putting in like this, you guys see on the bottom of this shower how it's just like that white plastic fiberglass pad that looks really cheap. I mean, that's the thing. It's like there's just some really cheap spots within this home. So I feel like for that amount of money, like, yeah, this probably does have the square footage of like 4,000 square feet, and people see, oh my goodness, 4,000 square feet, you know, because usually a good builder like Highland Homes, I say a good builder, like another one that's a high luxury builder, that's going to offer some things within it. That's 3,500 square feet might be priced around this, but the closet spaces within this home, I just wasn't. That was the other thing that got me. And not just this home. I've walked through some other grand homes that's just like the closets are so small. And then they'll do some things in the bedrooms, like they don't have, yeah, like this. See? So they have like a window bump out here, which I don't really understand that a whole bunch. I mean, I'd rather just have it go back further than be like a little bump out sill with the wall there. I do like how they closed off the media room. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not like, grand homes are okay, you know? It is what it is. I'm not the biggest fan of grand homes. Like I'm a bigger fan of some other ones, but all right, anyone else got questions about another builder address or something else we can talk about? Yeah, but I did one. I did a video through this one, so if anyone else is watching the channel right now, you guys can go to my Salina playlist, and I'm pretty sure I have one over this, or not pretty sure. I have a video over this exact home that I walked through. Dining room, I did like the windows over towards the side, but I'm really not a fan of where they put the staircase in there, but and then the windows, that was the other thing. The windows are on the floor. That was the other weird thing with how this this is laid out. Like, I just don't understand why they put the windows on the floor. I guess maybe it's good for your kids to be able to look out. But I don't really understand that. That's a little bit funky. Because why not just... Well, I guess because the media rooms... It kind of has like two media rooms almost. I guess that front one is like more like an office space. Alright, I'm just going to look up Aubrey now. See what new communities are coming into Aubrey. Probably not a whole bunch. They got Union Park, Sandbrook, Arrowbrook, Sandbrook. Just want to see if there's any other new communities popping up. Union Park, Sandbrook, Aubrey Creek Estates. Alright, there's nothing really... Windridge, Spiritus Ranch, Woodstone. This sounds like a new one. Maybe not. I think I gotta get over to Aubrey, Texas more. I think I'm lacking over there. I think I need to get over there. Prairie Oaks. I've done a video over that one. It's just that some of the neighborhoods over in Aubrey, they're like, some of them are like D.R. Horton neighborhoods, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I want to do a video over that. Okay, what would you rate the price range in today's market? What like on a scale of like bad to good? I don't know. Let's look in that. Okay, Larry, I'm gonna pull up the MLS. Let me see what else has closed in that neighborhood, and I will let you know what that home is rated and if it's rated good. Alright, here we go. Criteria, active, closed, pending, Buffalo Ridge, residential. When's the last time something closed in that neighborhood? Alright, hold on one sec, Larry. I'm looking at the, especially in a slow season, we're from now to February. Okay, one sec. Yeah, brother. Okay, check this one out. Yeah, those homes are not. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I just get to the point. Just keep waiting for the grand home to go down. Cause look at this one. Hold on. Can I pop this one up? I don't know. Let me look at this. From what I'm looking at, too expensive. Okay, so look at this one. This one is a 5-bed, 4-bath. They have this one showing on the MLS that it was the original list price was $897,000. It closed in August on the 11th at $800,000. So they dropped that down $100,000 off that price. Now, was it all cash? Nope, it was a conventional loan. So it wasn't even all cash. That one is 4,137 square feet. And then you're looking at one right now that is at $848,000 at $210 per square foot, and this other one closed at $193 per square foot. So what's 190? Let's do 195. 195 times, what was that, 4,000? 4,044. Yes, so I would say that this home is probably around like the 788 range right now, from like what that one closed at. And that makes more sense to me. I think I've been talking about this in my previous videos when it comes to this neighborhood. It's just like that, now if they start putting 7s and maybe low 8s with those homes, that makes way more sense to me. Yeah, I would put that home right at like 788, right around that range. But it's like that, I mean, but then again, people are like, I want the size. So there's not a ton of homes. Like, what else? Let's see, what else is getting built, new construction at 4,000 square feet? In Salina. Oh, shoot. No. Okay, let's look. Property type, let's do a house. Let's do square footage from, yeah, let's do 4,000 to 5,000. 4,000 to 5,000. Okay, let's look at this range. So this one's at 915. This one's, yeah, it is the size. Yep. This one's at 825. Let's see, 927. Okay, hold on. Let me get the prices. Let me see if there's something priced from like 7s to 9s. Kind of compare those. Yeah, see, just a bunch of grand homes on there. 850s. This is a First Texas home. That's not new construction though. This one's at 860. This is a First Texas home over at Frontier Estates. But this one's a lot more south than that one up there. By a lot more south, I mean like if you look at this, I mean, that's probably like saving you like an extra 10 minutes. Hello, is it still worth it to look for homes at parks at Wilson Creek with tax PID, high HOA? Well, right now, I have said in my previous video, Star Trails where I'm doing the most business, it's now Parks at Wilson Creek. Parks at Wilson Creek is right now the #1 neighborhood that I'm putting families in over there. So I think that they're seeing the amount of amenities that are within, I think the families are seeing the amount of amenities that are within that community and still being able to build on a 60-foot lot under $900,000. But like, you got to do that like now, because the developer is only going to start selling those lots more expensive to the builders once they go into their phase 2, which they're about to be going into their phase 2. Been talking to some of the builders in there. They've been kind of waiting. They were honestly supposed to be at their phase 2 by now, but they've been having transformer issues with the developer and those things, so things got delayed and pushed out. The area that it's located off of and the Collin County Outer Loop and being able to, I mean, I think that neighborhood is set up pretty good with everything. I think Parks at Wilson Creek is worth it, but I also think Highland Crossing on an acre and having a tax rate of 1.69, I was talking about in my last video, I also think that's well worth it too, but it kind of depends on, like, it's a compromise, right? It's like one neighborhood, you get a bigger lot, a cheaper house, or maybe just around the same price than maybe a 60-foot lot tradition home over at the Parks of Wilson Creek, but your monthly payment is probably going to be way nicer to you because that tax rate's a 2.29 and the other one's a 1.69. However, that one over there at Highland Crossing is probably not going to be as community oriented rather than the parks at Wilson Creek where they're going to have ponds all over the place, walking trails. You're going to have the community centers, the amenity centers, you know, community events. So it's kind of like a trade-off. I think Parks at Wilson Creek is one of my top, I mean, it's in my top 3. Because it's the same developer that built out Mustang Lakes, and Mustang Lakes is the #1 community. I have people come in and be like, how do we get something that's close to Mustang Lakes? Or how can we buy in Mustang Lakes? Or is there a home at this price range coming up in Mustang Lakes? Like, how do we get into Mustang Lakes? High HOAs, I mean, when it comes to the HOAs, I feel like they're all kind of relatively the same. Like, they're usually from like 130 to 147, 135 to 147 with these big communities with all those things. So I wouldn't say that it has a high HOA when you compare it to all the neighborhoods in general, but I would say it has a pretty standard HOA when you compare it to neighborhoods that have all of the amenities. I mean, they're also going to have that 100-acre park on the north side of Parks at Wilson Creek, so... but yes, I know it is frustrating that neighborhood is going to have a tax and pit. Well, and over at Mosaic, that pit is, like, that tax rate, when you add that pit in there and that tax, I think it comes out to like 2.9, rather than the tax rate, when you add the tax rate and the pit over at the Parks at Wilson Creek, it comes out to like a 2.46 or 2.4 or something like that. But yeah, I guess, Nathan, I guess it just depends on like what idea you have for your family, or if you like have kids and want them to be around other kids and things like that. Because they're also building a school, an elementary school within that neighborhood as well. Parks at Wilson Creek is Salina ISD. And that's the thing with Salina ISD. I have families that are like super young kids, and they're like, yeah, we'll buy into Salina ISD at the Parks at Wilson Creek, because that elementary school is most likely going to be built within the next 5 years. So I have families that are like just married, or they're planning to have kids, or they just had a kid, and I have some families that have kids that are in high school at the Salina ISD, but more of the families with like really young kids are going into that because they're like, well, once my kid's 5 and they're going into elementary school, that's going to be the new school. I'm going to guess that elementary school is probably going to be 3 to 4 years out from now. But I guess it depends on how quickly things develop in that neighborhood. Because like I said, they've had some things kind of pushing them back. Okay, here we go. Carly says, hi, thoughts on Shattuckcombs at Lakes at Legacy and Prosper? Looking at the Ames plan. Well, hey Carly, is this your first time joining my channel and looking at videos? Okay, awesome. So, I don't know if you came across it, but I did just do a video, and I'll look at this neighborhood and talk about it. But also, once you leave this live stream or at the end of it, I don't know if you've seen it, my latest video on my channel is over that floor plan, walking it over at the estates at Rock Hill. So if you want to see more of that floor plan, go check out that one. But I'll pull up this neighborhood too. Lakes at Legacy. Lakes at Legacy, Prosper. Let's look up Shattuck. The other thing with this neighborhood is that it is a little bit cheaper on the tax rates compared to the ones over in Collin County. Like, I think this tax rate in here is like a 2.17. It might be below 2% now. Now that I think Larry last week told me, or someone, maybe it wasn't Larry. Larry's in here a lot. Maybe it was someone else. Someone told me that American Legend told them that they were down to like a 1.9% tax rate over there. But that's because that area is Denton County. So when you go over the Dallas Parkway, you get into Collin County, you find like higher tax rates in there. But this one does have like a little bit of a cheaper price range, or like you'll get a little bit cheaper of a month. Oh, I say you'll get a little bit cheaper of a monthly payment, but then again, there's some homes in here at like $1 million or over. So in that sense, maybe not. Okay, so let me look at plans. We'll look at the Ames floor plan. Okay. So let me just go back through, and this is perfect too, because this is like, I just did a video over this one, so I have a pretty good general idea over what I kind of liked in there. I think what I didn't like about that floor plan was more of what they picked out for like the finishes on their like the utility closet or like you say utility closet bathroom. The utility closet sink was pretty cheap for what they. Now this was a quick move in over there at the Estates at Rock Hill. And then the carpets that they put in like level 4 carpet with like patterns within there, and then they did like level 1 carpet within the bedrooms and like the upstairs landing in that loft area, which I think just looked funky. Now, if you have animals, right, like if you're trying to build a house and you're going to the design center and you're like, you know, you see a level 1 carpet and then you see a level 6 carpet and you're trying to be like, what's worth it? If you have a pet, if you have a larger dog with like good nails and he scratches things up, right, or she, don't do a level 4 carpet with like the designs within them, because those will wear a lot harder than if you have like maybe a level 1 carpet, or I mean you can still do a level 5 carpet or a level 6 carpet, but just don't do the ones with like the design pattern within it. Does that make sense, guys? Am I making sense there? If you walked into a design center, if you walked in some of these other model homes or things, you maybe have seen some of these carpets with like, they're a little bit more flat and don't have like as much of like a shag to them, you know, more of like a shaggy carpet. Hopefully that makes sense. I think it's more about the pad you put under. So like there's also certain pads, like I would upgrade the pad underneath the carpet, because they have some pads that are more absorbent. So like if you have animals or cats and they pee on the carpet, it'll absorb into that and not go all the way through, which is a little bit nicer. So I think you do that upgrade. I think you keep like a level 1 or level 2 carpet. I don't really see a lot of families spending a whole bunch of money on like the carpets. They're usually keeping that very standard. I didn't like how this master bathroom has all of the plumbing on this exterior wall. I talked about this in my other videos. Not the biggest fan of that, because if you have all this plumbing, if you see in the master bathroom, they have the double vanity, they have the tub, and they also have the shower up against this exterior wall. You know, the home's relatively new, right? So like 1 to 2 years, it's still going to be new, so you should be fine. But you start living in this house for 10 to 15 years, and we start getting into these cold months where we do have freeze warnings and things like that. You could have a pipe bust along this. It's probably way more likely, so I like it better when it's on the interior wall. I thought the master bedroom had good space. I do wish this master bedroom though was bumped out just a little bit further. Like they really only give you, they only give you this small box out option, which I think is kind of stupid. I wish they would have brought this box out, like that they would have fully brought this back to the covered patio, because then it could be like a little nook and kind of be hidden on both sides of it, and then add some more privacy on that back patio than being like completely open to your neighbors on the left and the right side. Because over at the Lakes of Legacy, you are going to be close to your neighbors, so you know, walking on in your backyard and on your patio, I feel like it would be better to have this master bedroom. Now the master bedroom was still a good size, don't get me wrong. I did like how they were split. You had kind of two. One was actually in the bedroom, the other one was within the bathroom. It's a little bit different on how they set it up, but I do like that, how they had it kind of split. Study I thought was fine. The entry had low ceilings, sorry. The entry had low ceilings because you have that game room behind you, but then you walk into the family room and they go up high, which I thought was fine. I wouldn't do a dining room. I would do the media room within there instead of doing the dining room. Because you have this nook in there, I don't think you need to add this dining room, because you'll have like your little dining over there. I didn't really care for the fireplace in the corner. I'd rather have the fireplace in the center of the home, or in the center of that wall, but I don't really know if they add that option. This wasn't a terrible floor plan. Carly, was there some other ones that you were looking at? Alright, so Parks at Wilson Creek. Okay, Larry says, what's the tax rate at Highland Crossing? The tax rate in there is 1.69. Carly, did that kind of answer your question? Are you looking at doing a quick move-in? Okay, looking at a 65-foot lake lot. Any other thoughts on the neighborhood itself? Well, I do like how this neighborhood is set up with the ponds around there. I do like that. I also like so the thing with the other neighborhood across here, the Greens at Legacy, those people don't have an amenity center, or I say amenity center. There's like a small amenity area. I believe they had a pool, right? There's a pool there. There's more of like an amenity center, right? Yeah, okay, so they have a pool. I do like how in that neighborhood, the pool was actually in that neighborhood rather than like the Greens at Legacy, where that neighborhood where Perry Homes built. The families in there have no amenity center. Like, it's just houses, so they have to like walk across the street or drive across the street to go over to this one. So I do like how this neighborhood actually had that. And thank God, Carly, you're asking me about a Shattuck-home over a Grand Home. So I just thank you for that. I do like the Shattuck-homes better than the Grand Homes in there. 65-foot lot. I think it just depends on what lot are you looking at. Does it back up to the water? Lot 19. Okay, cool. So this is lot 19. Oh yeah, so yeah, I think that's fine. Because you got nobody on your backside now, that's probably a higher premium, but then again, it's a south-facing lot. So that's the other thing. Kind of keep this in mind. So the backside of your home is going to be staying like a lot darker. Let me go back to this floor plan and see these elevations. So for elevations, I wouldn't do, like, I would do elevation A or elevation C. I wouldn't do elevation B because that study on the left wouldn't get a lot of light coming into it because that roof line is going to come over. Now, you might be going for a certain look. Now, I will say the extended porch or the front porch kind of going out does give the house a little bit more dimension, because this floor plan seems kind of flat from the front. I do like elevation D with like these curves and more of that traditional look. Not really the biggest fan of the stone, but like you see how on elevation A and elevation C how the windows are just like a little bit bigger than elevation D and elevation B. So that would be kind of the other thing. Now upstairs in these bedrooms on elevation B, those look like pretty good sized windows, but you can add more windows too, or add a different window. Sometimes they allow you, sometimes they don't. I think it just kind of depends. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Well, Carly, if you're not working with anyone, I'd love to work with you. If you're already working with an agent, no worries. Wilmouth Ridge is the other neighborhood. I gotta figure that one out. That's another neighborhood I'm gonna go do a tour over. But I would do hardwood in the study and not carpet as well. I didn't really like that other floor plan with the yeah, see, they have this one as hardwood in there. See, and they did the fireplace in the center. That's what I would do. I think the one that I looked at, they had the fireplace in the corner. Wasn't the biggest fan of that. But see, this looks nice. I do like that. Yeah, overall, not a bad floor plan. I don't think so. Okay. Alright. If you guys have, I'm going to drop my phone number. If you guys have any other questions or want to work with me on stuff, let me just send this in here. I always do this in all my live streams, but in case anyone else has questions that is about to dip out. Alright, anyway, hey, we're 40 minutes into the live stream. Shout out to you guys for making this go by quick. Okay. Carly, hopefully that answered your questions. Anyone else have questions? Anyone? Anyone? I might actually look up Wilmouth Ridge next. Perfect. Awesome. Are you, Carly, are you relocating to the area, or are you already living out here and then moving up north to like the Prosper area? Let me go to Wilmouth Ridge. Oh, they're on their closeout. See, I dropped the ball on that one. I should have gone to Wilmouth Ridge earlier. Relocating to Prosper area, like the close proximity to Frisco with, yeah, and it's right across the street from the PGA headquarters and all. That's the other thing why a lot of my families like buying in Star Trail too, because it's in a good location. I'm finding more families like that area and Lakes at Legacy in that spot. Maybe not all the builders within that, like villages or Lakes at Legacy. I think that's the whole, or no, it's the villages at Legacy. That whole development is called something, and then it's got 4 neighborhoods kind of within there. And each one has like different builders within it. Not all my families like the builders within those neighborhoods. They do like the Shattuck homes or the Perry homes, but some of the other ones, like I think Chesmar was in there as well. Yeah, this isn't a huge site. I guess Wilmouth Ridge is almost done. Was Toll Brothers also in Wilmouth Ridge? I think so. I don't know why I didn't go over to this neighborhood. No one I worked with has asked me about Wilmouth Ridge. Oh, Grand Homes is over there. Dang it! Yeah, I gotta do a video over there. Just to show people. Okay. Nice. Okay. Well, Carly, if you have any other questions after the live stream, please feel free to shoot me a text. Anyone else have some questions? Anyone else? Questions? Really don't know what else to talk about. Uh-oh, people are dipping out right now. I wonder if Olivia Clark is actually, let's see, Olivia Clark, Harper Estates. Yeah, Wilmouth Ridge is almost sold out. Yeah, I need to get over there. I need to just do a video. Oh, so they have the site. Oh, here we go. So they're selling. Okay. But where is it located? FM 2478. This is on Custer Road. I wonder if I can find it on the MLS. Where's Custer? Interesting. Okay, this is FM 2478. Is this it here? Guys, I'm trying to find. It says it's along Custer Road. Interesting. It's gotta be one of these lots. Let me look at this. Harper Boulevard, Alexander Blair Avenue. that didn't pull up anything. But this is the home sites they have, so available sold. So they've already sold 2 in here. Alright, so I gotta figure out where this neighborhood's at because they are building in there. But that price range is pretty steep. See the brochure. Let's see. I don't know. Use the cookies. I don't know. Okay. Wonder if it'll give me the community information. No. No community information so far. Great. So they're gonna be 1 acre plus 150 to 220 foot lots. Yeah, it wasn't. No. Oh no, I don't want to zoom in. Yeah, I don't know. When I go look at the MLS, there's no land along 2478. Because it's on the left side. Unless this, no, that's not it, because that is. Alright, anyone else? Oh, is this it? Ooh. Oh, guys, I think I might have found it. Ooh, I think I found it. I found it. Oh, yep, I found it. Okay, cool. So this is where this neighborhood is located. For anyone that's coming back or coming back to this video later on and trying to figure out where this neighborhood is. So Harper Estates, it's on the back side of this. Let me go here. So this is where the neighborhood is. I'm glad I tracked this down. Okay. Wait. So you got Olivia Clark there. And then here is the other one. Okay. So this is the neighborhood that Harper Estates is building. So this is like a, I believe this is like a boat RV storage here. So if you take Custer Road, like this is Mustang Lakes here. And then there's just a whole bunch of fields. It goes up, it curves around. Yes, Stover Creek Storage. And then here is where the neighborhood is. It's this right here. So, glad we got that figured out. So I gotta write that down because that'll be one of the next videos I come out with, because I believe that neighborhood will be gated as well. So that probably is also why it's priced out a little bit higher. But even on their, but that's the other thing. It's like even on their website, there's nowhere that an amenity center is getting built. So like that's why I think Highland Crossing is really not that much further away. And like if this neighborhood was getting built a little bit more south, because Highland Crossing is what, up here? Yeah, Highland Crossing is up here. No, that's not Highland Crossing. Highland Crossing is up here. Or it's up here. Yeah, Highland Crossing is up here. I guess that's a little bit further up, but I mean it's like half the cost. It's probably like 10 minutes away from each other. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Olivia Clark's a nice house. I don't know about 1.3 or 1.4. I don't know. Alright, we got like 10 more minutes. Anyone else got questions about builders or what's up? Am I gonna make it? No, that was bad. All right, what do we think, guys? What do we think? What are we thinking? I think I hit on some points today. What is this home? This home is I don't know where this neighborhood is located. Is this a tradition home? Light Farms. Ooh, we got a DR Horn comment. Millstone, McKinney, DR Horton. Dun dun dun. DR Horton, Millstone. I vaguely remember where this neighborhood is located. Hold on, let me look this up. I don't know about the DR Horton, you know. Alright, let's look at this area. What are... Yeah, I mean this area is good in the sense of like it has nothing around it. Is that what you mean by it's a good area? Because it's just a bunch of one-lane roads with like no lights or anything around there, super underdeveloped, and there's not really anything moving at like, what are the price ranges right now? Alright, let's look at the prices on here. Okay, so floor plans. Alright, so let's just take, I want to take one of their bigger floor plans. No, okay. The Rivington, let's take this one. So this one, and then let's go to Taylor Morris. I just want to compare these. So, floor plans, see all floor plans. Alright, so this is $505, $520, $550. Alright, so this one's $495, 2,654 square feet. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, this DR Horn listed at $434 at 2,500, and then you have this Lavaca listed $60,000 more. Like, I feel like you are within the same, but like probably if you're looking at the 450s, you're probably still looking under 500. You're probably looking at under 500 if you're also looking at maybe this DR Horn at 434. And this one's at 495, And this neighborhood is set up in a way better area. Like, way better. Even if you go a little bit more north to some of the other neighborhoods, even more into Melissa, I would pick that area rather than the Millstone D.R. Horton, but that's just me. Because there ain't nothing around this. At least you're off 75 highway or something, right? Like, I think at this point, when you start buying out this far, I think it becomes very crucial how close you're living off, like, highway systems and things like that. Now, you don't want to be, like, you know, your backyard and you walk out and there's people flying 90 miles an hour right behind you. But, like, these neighborhoods that are just, like, right off. Even the Quarry, let's look at Meritage. Meritage Quarry at Stonebridge. I think that's what it was, right? But this one's almost done. Alright, and these are priced at, these might be priced at a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, look at this one. This one's even cheaper. The Wendell, $489, 2,651 square feet. Better area. Probably same in the sense of, like, neighborhood amenities, but, like, I think at that point it's the location. I don't know. Maybe, but if you're looking at D.R. Horton, you're trying to stay below 400s, okay, sure. But then I think I would pick Eastridge over Millstone. If you're looking over in that area. Because I just think there's better builders in that other neighborhood. I don't know. You might just be taking a chance on a D.R. Horton at the end of the day, so good luck. It's kind of interesting. I've worked with 2 families now from other parts of the world. As in the world, I mean like other parts of the United States. And they bought D.R. Hortons, and they both sued D.R. Horton. And they weren't even from the same state. I just find it funny how, like, there's people from other parts of the country that are having problems with that builder. I don't know. If anyone has ever had a good experience with D.R. Horton, please leave it in the comments after I post this video. If you're watching this right now and you're like, I love my D.R. Horton, it's been great. Please let me know. Because I just go back to my family's experience when I was a kid with that home that we had built by D.R. Horton. It was a wild one. It was a wild experience. And you know what? Probably for Taylor Morrison, probably for Meritage, probably for Syntex, probably for others. For every bad story with the builder, there's probably also a good story, right? Like, it happens with everything. Like a Highland home, I've seen Highland homes get built and they immediately will have a leak in them and there'll be a problem and it didn't pop up on the inspection or something like that. Like, not everything is perfect, but for some reason I find a trend with D.R. Horton. It doesn't turn out well. Okay, for sure, Reyes, please send me a text. I have I'll throw my email in here as well. And then I'm doing, I'm finding that I'm doing some things for my, did I type this in right? Okay, here's my email if you want to email me too. Oh, that's my wrong email actually. Hold on. That one, I forgot the extra E. But for sure, I'm working with plenty of families over in that neighborhood, so I got a pretty good analysis on kind of what's going on in that area, because that's like the next area where people kind of float to, because I think they start, like, that price range is the same as like far north Salina or out towards Aubrey. And sometimes people are like, it might be a little bit too far, so then they swing over to like Melissa ISD, because that's a better ranked school district than McKinney ISD, but this D.R. Horton neighborhood might be going into Melissa, so yeah, so this one's into Melissa ISD, so that's probably why it has pretty good stuff. But I could also help, if you're looking to build on something, a quick move in, if you want to work with me. Anyone from like YouTube, I've been helping out with like closing costs and things like that. At the end of the day, I work for 3%, but if you want to negotiate my commission and give you some more money back at closing, happy to do that. Okay, we're at an hour. We just hit an hour, so we end it here. Does anyone else have one last final comment, concern, or question? I will probably see you guys. Let's check the calendar. Yep, we're looking good for next. It'll be December. Wow, we're already in December. It was super cold this morning. I say super cold, but it's like, let's see. If anyone's up north, you're just gonna laugh at me because you're gonna be like, "That's not cold," but that's the weather. It's 45 outside. It's freezing. Alright, that is where I'm going to end today's video. I will see you guys next week. Join me again, 11:50, 12. Hey, also, wait, before I end it, did you guys get a notification that have with my live stream today? Can anyone help me with that? Answer that question. Did anyone get a notification that I was starting the live stream? I'm just curious. Anyone? Oh, I just got it. Interesting. I've been live for an hour and people are just now getting it? Okay. I don't know. I don't know why some people don't get it and some people get it. I don't know. Alright, December 3rd, join me at like 11:50 Central Time. That's usually what I've been getting on. Darn, is it over? Yes. Unless, Millie, unless you have a question right now about something, I'm happy to answer it. But yes, I'm now an hour and 2 minutes into this, so we are wrapping it up right about now. Unless you have a question about something that I can quickly answer. Other than that, great. I think this was a great live stream though. It looked like I got a total of like 30 people that jumped in, 8 to 9 people at a time. Were like current viewers, so this was a pretty even one today. I feel like for like what's been going on, my like previous live streams, kind of comparing with those. So just join me next week. Oh, interested in sliding doors? Like interested as in like if that's good for resale value later on? Did you leave me were you the one that left me a question? Someone else left me a question about sliding doors. Oh, did I forget to also mention? Ooh, hold on, guys. Well, all right, perfect. Thank you. All right, we'll talk. Okay. To everyone that dipped out already, boom. Sorry about you. You're gone. Everyone that just stayed, here we go. We're gonna talk for a little bit longer. Okay, so sliding glass doors. That's like a $15,000 up. Have you talked with builders recently asking about that upgrade? Because it's usually like a $10,000 to $15,000 upgrade for that. I think it really depends on how big your backyard is and like what it looks like to your neighbor. For instance, if you were buying a 40-foot lot in exactly. So 15K. So if you were buying this also depends on your back patio. So like if you're gonna have a back patio where it's just like, you know, sliding glass door, and then your back patio is gonna be something where it's only like, you know, 5 feet and then you're into grass. No, I don't think a sliding glass door is worth that. I also don't think a sliding glass door is worth it if you're on like a 40-foot lot and your patio is on like the side yard. If you guys go look at my Frisco Fields, that Darling home I toured, the Sonora, I think it was the Sonora plan. They had a sliding, they had a sliding glass door on that one, but that one is not worth the money because you're so close to your neighbor there that they're just going to be looking into your kitchen that you would have to put I would feel like you would have to put blinds on that sliding glass door to have some privacy, and then at that point it's like, why do I even have a sliding glass door? Because the point of the sliding glass door is to have like feel like a huge open area, bringing in a whole bunch of light, but I also don't want like my neighbor looking into like my living room and my kitchen. So I think it also really depends on like where that sliding glass door is located within the home, and then where it's pointed out and like where it's at going towards the direction of your neighbor. We're buying in Star Trail, one of the plans in the 55s. Okay, so that's more reasonable because those homes also will. What's the porch look like, or patio? Sorry, porches and patios, man. They both start with P's. What floor plan are you buying at in the 55s? Or looking at? Because if you're doing a sliding glass door, if you're looking at the floor plans, I'd pick one with like a. Okay, 138 looks like. Is this an American Legend? Oh, the model. Okay. Did you guys already go under contract with it, or are you guys still looking right now? Let me look at this. And then what lot are you looking at? Because if you have no neighbor on the backside, yeah, sliding glass patio door all the way. But then if you have a neighbor on your backside, that's kind of where I kind of depend. But this, not sure yet. Yeah, so this one, like, honestly, what are the other options in here? See, I would, for $15K, I mean, probably this optional fifth bedroom is probably around $20,000 or $25,000. You'd see way better resell at just adding another bedroom for that price. I don't, like, in the size of this back living area, but if that's already your plan, you were already going to have that fifth bedroom with, because you got bedroom 2 with the bathroom, so maybe you don't need to do that. I definitely would. They have the optional media room. You definitely got to do a media room. I'm not the biggest fan of this floor plan because you have the formal dining, and then they're making it an optional media room. I definitely think you need the media room. But I don't know what your plans are with that build, right? Like, you might have the budget where you were already like, I'm already adding the option media room. I'm trying to now figure out if I also want to add sliding glass back doors. The way that this patio's set up, like, the patios where I think the sliding glass door works the best is like an 86-foot lot with the Highland home where like the back patio is going to have like a fireplace or something, because if you can turn it into another room, that's where I see the value in that. Unlike this one where like the sliding glass door, like, maybe if that home is facing north, I could see maybe, but then again you have that roof line that's not going to bring in a whole bunch of light, and you have windows up above on like the second. Yeah, I would rather spend that $15K in more hardwood floor or more upgrades in the kitchen or upgraded tiling or things like that, rather than put $15K into that. Let me find a floor plan where maybe that I would do like a sliding glass. Millie, are you already working with an agent right now over in that, buying in there? Elizabeth's been great to work with, the sales agent in there. She's been really good. Let me see here. Hold on. American Legend. Alright, cool. want to see if I can find a floor plan that would be like an example. Not that you're gonna go for it, but maybe like an example of like where I would do the sliding glass patio door. So no, I want to do on that one. There might not be any. It might be more the 65s that offer a better. Yeah, it might be the 65s. Really, the 55s. Not all of them really give a good. Yeah, they all kind of have the same type of back patio. That one's not good either. Man, I wish they would have it more private. This is a 55. Let's look at this one. Yeah, not that one. I don't know. I don't really think any of these 55s are really going to give like the best option for like. Yeah, I'd put that money towards something else. Well, Millie, if you're not working with any agent right now and you'd like to work with me, I don't know, it might be too late if you're already working with the builder and already they're kind of funky about that, but I could help you save some money at closing too. But if you're already working with someone, no worries. I think it's more the 65s. I think more of the 65s are going to give, like, I put one under contract. I'm trying to think about what it was. These are quick move-ins. Where's the floor plans? Was it the 1624? I think it was the 1629. Okay, so something like this. This is where I would do the sliding glass patio door. Because you see how this is like its own little room? Like that, where the casual dining is brought back, the main bedroom's brought back, and then that's actually like a good depth on the back patio. And then it almost can be like its own little room, like you could, you know, it doesn't have all the walls, it just has one wall open rather than like that other floor plan where like, you know, majority of it is opened. Majority of it is opened out, you know. This one's a little bit more closed off, and then you could add like a screen here and drop that down and then open up the back patio glass door, the sliding glass door, and then it's like its own other room. So like that's when you can like make that outdoor living into its own other room, that's when I see the sliding glass door, you know, worth it. But if it's something like that 55 where it's you said the 138, where it's like this, where it's, you know, way more open, where you have two walls in a sense that are kind of, that's when I want to do it. I'd rather do something where you take that tile all the way up that fireplace and make that look really nice and spend money towards that and do like a nice hardwood floor through everything. Maybe even do hardwood floor on the staircase, because that'll probably be, I think there'd be better value in the hardwood on the staircase. Probably be around the same amount of money depending on what level wood you put on it. So yeah. Hopefully that answers your question, Millie. If you have any other questions, send me a text. I put my number, so it's in the description as well if you have any other questions or want to work on it together. Okay, the last thing I wanted to mention was that other thing I was going to talk about at the beginning. So someone said, "Hey Daniel, could you do a video on Cambridge Crossing? What do you think of the location? Is it good to buy there, location, etc.? Would you prefer some other community over Cambridge Crossing? Is it better to buy there versus the parks at Wilson Creek or Mustang Lakes? How are Union Main homes? Please shed some light and your wisdom. Thanks." Okay, so that was like 20 questions in one paragraph. So let's take this one. Could you do a video on Cambridge Crossing? I have. So guys, go to my Salina playlist. I have tons of videos on Cambridge Crossing. I do like the location of Cambridge Crossing because it is off the Dallas Parkway, and that's really easy to hop on that and be able to travel down to Frisco, which I think is really important for a lot of families that are moving up there, because I think Frisco is going to turn into like the next big city where people living in Salina are going to be like the commuters. Kind of how like Frisco was to Dallas, Salina will be to Frisco. Would I prefer some other community over Cambridge Crossing? I would prefer Parks at Wilson Creek over Cambridge Crossing, but they're both the same developers. I think they're both great. I just think there's way more amenities. The other thing is that the Collin County Outer Loop is actually going through Cambridge Crossing rather than Parks at Wilson Creek, where it's on the far south side of the neighborhood, and it's not really going through the neighborhood, it's just on the south side of it. Then they say, is it better to buy there versus Parks at Wilson Creek or Mustang Lakes? Well, if you look at demand, I think the highest demand is Mustang Lakes because it goes into Prosper ISD, so I think it's going to take a little bit longer for some other buyers to kind of switch over from like, I no longer want Prosper ISD, I want Salina ISD. So I think there's a little bit more of a demand, which demand goes back into appreciation, so maybe in that sense, Mustang Lakes might be the best option, but that's a whole loaded question, right? Like, it depends on who's the builder you're going with, what's the size floor plan. Like, if I can get another 500 square feet over at the Parks at Wilson Creek for, cheaper than Mustang Lakes, then maybe that's the better option because it's a bigger home, and on a bigger lot. Like, you might be looking at a 40-foot lot that might be the same price as something like a 50-foot lot at the Parks at Wilson Creek. Well, I would rather take a 50-foot lot at the Parks at Wilson Creek. So I think that kind of depends. How are Union Main homes? I think Union Main homes are fine. Like, when I walked through them, they were good. They were solid. I didn't have like a problem with them. I haven't done any business with a Union Main. Like, usually when a Union Main is building in a neighborhood, Highland Homes or Perry Homes or Coventry's building in the neighborhood, which I usually have a family go with that builder over Union Main. So I haven't done any business with Union Main, so I can't really speak on like specifically what they've done there. Usually my families are going with like Highland Homes and Coventry or American Legend or Normandy or Taylor Morrison or Shattuck or Toll Brothers, something like just those typical good builders that you kind of come across. Okay, hopefully that answered that for Priya. Hopefully they're watching this and saw that. Okay. That is where we're going to call it for today. So hopefully that answered some of you guys' questions. Join me next week on December 3rd. Is that right? What? December 3rd. Yep, December 3rd at like 11:50 noon. I'll be back on unless I have like another meeting that pops up. But like I said, I usually do my meetings like late in the afternoon on like Sundays if I'm doing anything. All right, I'll see you guys later.